Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are waiting for our esteemed mayor to enter the room, and then we will get started. We do have some strays that are still entering. Speaking of the mayor, would you please sit up?
I'm the hot seat.
Glad I didn't tell that joke I wanted to. Well, good evening, and I welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us in Springfield, Illinois, for the ribbon cutting and the grand opening of Losing It with Sonya Jones. My name is Vicki Savaggio, and I feel blessed to be surrounded by such a group of well-respected guests. I stand before you today a completely different person compared to the individual that I was when I walked into Sonya's Ideal Protein Clinic 30 pounds heavier. Some may think 30 pounds, that isn't a lot to lose, but with the weight, I also carried the burden of shame, self-disdain, and an eating disorder. No longer wanting to continue down that familiar path of self-destruction, I stepped outside of my comfort zone, contacted Sonya, and let her know that I was ready to change, but that I couldn't do it alone. I recognize now the courage that it took for me to walk through her clinic doors. Sonya believed in me more than I believed in myself. I cannot look at her right now. Through Ideal Protein, Sonya taught me what healthy eating really looks like. And I've learned to manage food instead of letting food manage me. Today I stand tall, all 5'5" of me, and these cute wedges, and with much gratitude. Looking back, I am not the same person that I was when I walked into her clinic. I know that I am so much more. I'm excited for Sonya, for all that she's accomplished, and knowing that many lives will be forever changed when they too take the courageous step to walk through these doors. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce Pastor Ryan Mobley from Calvary Church to lead us in the opening prayer. Pastor Ryan.
Thanks, Vicki, and thanks, Sonya, for inviting me to be here. Good afternoon, everybody. It's an honor and a privilege for me to be here with you all today. Sonya, gosh, now you're starting with me, too. Goodness gracious.
Don't look at her.
I know, right? So, two major things happened in my life. Well, a number of things did, but two big things happened in my life this last year that Sonya played a part in. One of them is I met a woman that I love that we're getting married. In another couple months here, and Sonya was an early cheerleader for that. So thank you very much for that. And I also am over 50 pounds lighter than what I was a year ago today, too. So, because I have a wedding to get ready for, you know what I'm saying? So, no, one thing I really appreciate about Sonya and the clinic that she runs and just the work that she does is that it's just not about physical stuff. It's just not about weight. It's about holistic health. So just relationally, physically, emotionally, all those sorts of things, but also spiritually, and so in light of that, of just our spiritual health, I just invite you all just to please bow your heads and let's pray. Father God, we come before you today and very thankful, very excited for the work that you're doing, for how you have used Sonya, how you've used Ideal Protein in the lives of countless people to achieve health. Lord, your desire is for us to be holistically healthy, mind, body, spirit, relationships, financially, in all ways. That is your desire. And so, Lord, we just pray a blessing over Sonya, over this event today, as this is a big step for her, as this is a part of people's holistic health. And we just are very grateful to you and all that you are doing. We give you the rest of this time together, and we all say together, amen. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Ryan. He's also my boss.
Did you ask it off early today?
I used a vacation day. We do have some seats available in the second row if anyone would like to take a seat instead of standing. So Mayor Jim Langfelder, one of 13 children, grew up in Springfield. He began his political career as city treasurer in 2003 until 2015 when he was elected mayor. Now serving his second term, I'd like to invite our esteemed mayor, Jim Lingfelder, to the lectern to say a few words. Mayor Lingfelder.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you, Vicki. Vicki and I go back a little bit when my daughter, who's now 22, was probably 7 years of age playing soccer. And she's not the professional soccer player because I was the coach. But, really thank all of you for being here. This is important for Springfield especially because it's all about the people. And for Sonya, for sharing your talents and your treasures and really your time in helping us grow as a community, but most importantly as individuals, as was reflected by the pastor and as Vicki, you've really had transformed their lives. And it's just not about the weight loss. It's about showing and demonstrating they're as much beautiful within as they are on the outside. And that's what it's all about. And, the easy part is probably when you step through the doors. The hard part is how you live your life each and every day thereafter, because it's always a challenge, whatever we're up against, especially in today's society. It's all about how do we pull together and work together and lift each other up. And Sonya is a perfect example of that. And we can't thank you enough for making this investment in Springfield, of course, but most importantly, making the investment in our people. So thank you for all you do and continue to do to help Springfield become a better place.
Thank you, Mayor Lingfelder, and my child's softball coach and soccer coach. That was just last year, right? Our kids are what, 22 now? Okay, so Dawn Halcuff was appointed as Chief Executive Officer with Ideal Protein in December of 2021. She's earned the respect for being a results-driven leader and innovator. I know that to be true because I read her LinkedIn. Dawn, when Sonya and Julie returned from the Virginia Super Weekend, they went on and on about your leadership style and your vision. And they both believe that you are undoubtedly, absolutely the right person to lead our organization. It's a real privilege to welcome our CEO, Dawn Halcuff.
Wow, Sonya, you know how to put a party together. There are a lot of people here, and I get to follow the pastor and the mayor. And Sonya, I'm single, and so, you did that. You did that for Pastor Ryan. I'm just saying. So, yeah. You're taken. Yes. Congratulations. Okay, so really, I am absolutely thrilled to be here. As Vicki just said, I joined Ideal Protein about 7 months ago, and it has been an absolute pleasure to meet this community. And when I first joined, people kept saying to me, "You have to meet Sonya. You have to meet Sonya. She was a runner-up on The Biggest Loser. She's amazing." But you don't really get the sense of how amazing until you meet Sonya, because it's not her accomplishments, it is your accomplishments, but it's who she is as a human being. And I always say about Ideal Protein, I love Ideal Protein. I think it is the best weight management program out there. It's about health from the inside out. But I always say about Ideal Protein, it's where science meets humanity. And the humanity comes from people like Sonya and Julie. And for me, the privilege of being here, it reminds me why I get up every day and why the entire organization gets up, and it is to help people transform their lives. And we can't do that without people like Sonya, like Julie. So I want to thank all of you for being here. I've never been to Springfield, so I'm thrilled to be here. I did live in the Midwest for a little while in Wisconsin, but never been to Springfield. And I just want to say thank you for being such a wonderful community, for coming out here to support a new business, and for coming out to support what we know is going to change a lot of people's lives here. So with that, the really important people are coming behind me. So I hope to meet all of you over the next couple of hours. And congratulations to Sonya, to Julie, and we're losing it with Sonya Jones. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn. By the way, we're kind of a big deal in the Midwest. Lincoln's buried here, so please make it a point to, take in the Lincoln sites and rub his nose. You have to rub his nose for good luck. It's a statue, just so it's a statue. Yeah. Sheila Conklin has been with Ideal Protein for 8.5 years. As the business development executive, she is one of the main reasons that Losing It with Sonya Jones exists. She is such a joy to be around. Her smile and her bright eyes can light up a room. This woman has come to mean so much to our clinic. It's our privilege to share her with all of you tonight, so welcome Sheila Conklin.
Thank you, Vicki. I'm Sheila, and I came from Seattle, Washington last night. And I am not going to cry. I will not cry. It's a serious business. But I came from Seattle last night, and I hope that underscores the importance that this new business in Springfield has to a lot of people across the country. When I first crossed paths with Sonya and Julie, it was just 2 years ago. And it did not take long for me to realize that they really had something special to offer. And it was really quite different than what we generally see in our business. And it was intriguing. The energy they have and they bring to their business is infectious. Their desire to learn this new business was really fun to work with. They have incredible instincts for people and for business, and they haven't taken a misstep yet. They have real clarity and mission and vision for what they see, what they want to do, what they want to bring to the community, and it's very compelling. And they have genuine, authentic compassion, understanding, no. Genuine compassion, understanding, and commitment to their clients and to their community. It's really wonderful to see. So it's no wonder why their Litchfield clinic is so successful and so quickly too. You're going to hear in a few minutes a little bit more about their three-pronged approach. And I think it was already mentioned earlier, body, mind, and spirit. So that you can think of it as three legs on a stool. So that body piece of the puzzle, that's the Ideal Protein. And so that's what I represent, is that body part of it. So really, in just a nutshell, Ideal Protein, we incorporate the science of nutrition with the human physiology, the science of physiology, and we have a physician-developed protocol that leverages the body's built-in mechanisms that we already have to improve our metabolic health. And I say this all the time, talking about metabolic health. And I think it's important to just pause for a moment and define what that means and what we're striving to attain. What is good metabolic health? What does it mean to improve my metabolic health? So the definition, a really simple definition of good metabolic health is this. I can keep my blood pressure within normal range, my blood sugars within normal range, and my lipid panel or cholesterol in normal range without the use of medication. Healthy blood pressure, healthy sugars, healthy cholesterol, no medication. That is a wonderful definition of what good metabolic health means. And so when you improve these key metabolic parameters, this domino effect starts to happen. And we start seeing improvement in health, improvement in fatty liver disease, improvement in chronic inflammation, it goes on and on because all these systems it's beautifully interconnected. And that's the beauty of this program, is that all of that happens, and then what we see on the outside is weight loss is kind of a happy side effect, right? Weight loss just sort of happens. But obesity, and those of us that struggle with obesity, it's a disease. Not for everybody, but for some of us, and I raise my hand. The disease of obesity is described as a complex and chronic disease for some of us. And what that means is that we will be managing it like any other chronic disease for the rest of our lives. I will be managing, I'm in my 60s. I've been managing this for decades unsuccessfully until 2013, and I lost 85 pounds. I'm off my medications for those 3 important things that we talked about. I am not bikini ready, that's not the point, right? But and I'm navigating it still, right? For those of us that struggle with the complexity of this chronic disease, it often involves emotional, behavioral, and for some of us, addictive components to our relationship with food. It's unhealthy, right? Not for everybody, but for some of us, it's very complicated. And these are deep, tough, long-standing challenges. This is the part of weight loss that is really difficult to do on your own. It's really hard to do it alone. And that's what sets this clinic apart, is they have devoted the resources to not only bring the body part into it, the science of this physiology into it, but they've devoted the resources to tackle the really tough stuff, right? And it doesn't apply to everyone, but for some of us, it's life-saving, right? So with that, I just want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you, Sonya, for letting me stay in your basement while I'm here. And welcome to this new business. I'm just confident it's going to thrive and impact so many lives in this community. So thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. So next up, I'd like to introduce Julie Ponder. She is the Vice President of she is the President. Sorry, Julie. The President, yes. I about got fired. She is the President of Psychiatric Associates of Central Illinois. She is Vice President of the Board for Living Hope Christian Counseling Center. As if that's not enough, she's a licensed clinical social worker, a certified addictions therapist, as well as founder and director of Pastures of Hope. And for those of you that are not familiar with Pastures of Hope, it is equine therapy. Julie is the missing piece of the puzzle here at Losin It. You know what it's like when you get a puzzle, you devote your time to it, and you get down to the very end, and there's that one missing piece? Well, Julie is that missing piece. The weight loss journey is, in and of itself, it truly is a journey. But with Julie, she brings the tools and teaches us how we can continue on that journey successfully. I've been involved in her group sessions as well as working with her one-on-one. I've had a lot of one-on-one. She's been instrumental in my journey and allowing me to see the value and the worthiness within myself, deserving of praise, respect, and admiration. Julie Ponder.
You guys, thank you so much for being here with us. I'm not a great public speaker, but I'm stepping outside my comfort zone because I believe in what we're doing that much. I want to really, there's so many faces out here that I've been able to impact, been able to teach and empower, and I want to thank you for being here. I also want to thank my family for their patience as I've pursued this passion and the times that we've spent building this. You know, it seems not that long ago that Sonya and I dreamt of a clinic where we could help people lose weight, where we could see them heal their bodies and understand the influence of behavior and emotions with food, and most importantly, having God in the center of it all. So far, this journey's been nothing short of amazing. I've seen so many people heal their bodies, stop medications. I've seen them begin to look in the mirror and like who they see. I've been able to work with patients individually and in group sessions. I've been able to help several people really understand the relationship with food and how to maintain and protect their weight loss. So many programs out there seem to promote more of a yo-yo cycle, and what we have here is so much more than that. We've been closely monitoring the effects of understanding the behavioral health component with what we're doing here. And we've been looking at how important is it to really understand what food does? How important is it to manage your emotions when you're trying to protect the health that you're building? You know, we pulled some statistics and we began to look at things and saw that people who had done this hard work, who had began to look at the emotion piece of this, actually lost twice as many pounds as those who did not. So we really want to celebrate the lifestyle change. You know, we're not just focusing on people who have eating disorders in this clinic. We're focusing on people who have disordered eating. I love that someone can walk through the door and have 130 pounds to lose, and we can say with confidence, we got you. And then we can have somebody walk through the doors who has 30 pounds to lose and say, we got you too. I'm so excited to continue to be able to educate and empower and help just maintain these lifelong changes. Sonya, thank you for inviting me to share this dream with you. And most importantly, those of you out there, thank you for allowing me to invest in your lives and to be able to support you in your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Sonya Jones. Not only was she the runner-up on season 16, she's an author, a motivational speaker, and a professor of kinesiology. Sonya is also a highly respected and successful business owner of 2 Ideal Protein clinics, which were open during a pandemic. And who does that?
Right.
Known to be charismatic, wise, and fun, she's motivating and inspiring. Sonya's goal and passion, as we've heard several times, is to get people healthy in body, mind, and spirit. I am so honored to introduce my voice of reason. Hold on, not yet. I have more adjectives. The phenomenal, incredible, accomplished, and funny Sonya Jones.
Oh, Vicky. You never know what you're going to get when you step up here. Hey, Springfield, what's going on? It is good to be here, right? So glad to be here. As I want to just echo what Dawn said, I'm single too. And so if this doesn't work out, I'm going to take out a billboard on 55. So what an afternoon. Thank you all. I could not have imagined all of you showing up the way you did. Thank you so much. This is a dream come true, not to open just 1 Ideal Protein clinic, but 2. Our first Ideal Protein clinic was opened in October of 2020 in Litchfield, and we have lost, to date, approximately 5,000 pounds. But hold on to your hats, Springfield, because we're coming for you. We are so excited about this location. I think it's going to explode when people hear of the results and the great things that are happening in these doors every single day. I want to take just a couple of moments to recognize some people. My mom and dad and my Aunt Glinda are back there. You can call my dad Pops and my mom Stubby. That's what I refer to them as. Our amazing Ideal Protein team. Chris and Vinny are back there videoing. Thank you guys for being here. Carla is my awesome CEM, and I'm thrilled that she's here. Dawn and Julie, our leaders, our driving forces. You're now our friends and our family. We are so thankful that you would make the trek all the way from the East Coast. There is no one better to lead our organization than you two. We love you, and we're so grateful for you, for both of you guys. And to our Sheila. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't without you, if it wasn't for you. Our clinics, our towns, our people, we love you so much, and you're so much more than an Ideal Protein business executive. You're our friend, you're our family, and we love you. Thank you for coming from Seattle. I want to take just a second. If you are a client, I guess I'm not very good at HIPAA, but if you're a client, would you stand up? Stand up. This is my family. This is who represents us every single day. You can have a seat. I love you guys. I love doing this journey with you. Most of them have on Losing It shirts. That's why I felt okay about having them stand up. So also want to thank Brittany Wallen, who is really, wave Brittany. So Britt is the driving force behind why a lot of this looks so good. She designed so much of the logo and everything that you see. So Brittany, thank you. And to my amazing, awesome, and fantastic leadership team, Desi Davis, Julie Ponder, Vicky Salvaggio, Amanda Williams, Sarah Swick, Gina Sealshot, and Joni Payne. You guys are an absolute gift, and I could not do this without you guys. And last but not least, my partner in crime, my friend, Julie Ponder. Your partnership, your knowledge, your training, and your expertise has made both of our locations better than I could have ever imagined. You truly are the best counselor. You are the missing piece, as Vicki said earlier. You're the missing piece of the puzzle, and we have seen firsthand the life transformation that your direct impact has made in our clinics, and I thank you for doing this journey with us. You know, as a person who has struggled with my weight my entire life, I recognize that weight, whether it's gaining it, losing it, or maintaining it, the impact that can have on a person's life. It can be empowering, but it can also be crippling. It can be defeating, or it can be motivating. It can be agony, but man, it can also be an amazing, amazing ride. Our desire at this clinic is to unlock, to unleash, to inspire the greatness that is within every single person that's sitting inside of this room. We want to help you become all that God has created you to be. What I've recognized since my time on The Biggest Loser, from my own journey, as well as watching other friends and family in our clinic, is this. Weight loss is not the key to happiness. Weight loss is not the key to success. But here's what weight loss can be. It can be the first key to unlock the first door that could unlock a world of possibilities for someone that they never dreamed was even possible, living in the body in which they currently reside. Being able to impact those lives every single day is what we're about. Our goal and our mission simply is to help people become healthy in body, mind, and spirit. You've heard it several times today, because if you're not healthy in all three areas, I firmly believe that you're not completely healthy. Simply put, our clinic exists to help others love who they are and to be proud of who they are. Not everyone can be a contestant on The Biggest Loser, and honestly, if you could be, you may not want to be. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It was so hard, but it was awesome. So going to The Biggest Loser is not for everyone. But here is what is for everyone that I got from the show. It's a sense of pride. It's a sense of accomplishment. It's the ability to be able to set a goal, to go hard after it, and crush it just to set a new one. And that's what The Biggest Loser gave me. And that's my heart. That's my goal. That's what our staff here, our coaches, the leadership team, that's what we want to instill in every single person that walks through the doors. We help people move their mountains. Simply put, that's what we want to do. The greatest joy that I have as a clinic owner and as a coach and watching our coaches coach is this. We get to see people walk taller, we get to see them smile brighter, and when they have a conversation, they can look you in the eye because of the new sense of confidence. And we're just getting started. This is just a few weeks into this clinic. You know, if the issue is weight loss and weight management is the issue, we have the answer. It's called Ideal Protein. We have the fix. It's the best protocol. Notice I did not say diet plan. It's the best protocol that I have experienced since returning from The Biggest Loser. It's the closest thing to the magic pill that's out there. But here's the thing, what's so powerful about our clinic is not just all of this that you see behind me, because this stuff's like magic. I love it. I would have never put my name on a sign in my hometown of Litchfield and my hometown of Springfield if I didn't believe in it 100%. It's the best thing out there. But we couple that with the behavioral health component, which is the secret sauce. Julie, and please don't tell her I said this, but she's worth her weight in gold when it comes, right? She is worth her weight in gold in helping people attack the emotions that they have tied to food. You don't get to be a Biggest Loser contestant because you like a little bit of pizza. You don't become morbidly obese because you like a couple of donuts. It's because you have an emotional attachment to food that you sometimes just cannot figure out. And that's what you do. And that's what's made us so successful. You see, losing weight, that's the easy part. That's a piece of cake. I love cake, especially white with buttercream. But I digress. Keeping it off, man, that's the hard part, right? That's why at our clinic, not only do we walk you through the journey from your starting weight to your goal weight, but we stay connected with you as long as you'll allow us to. Many of us joke in this clinic that this relationship is till death do us part, and we mean it, right? We're all in. We're all in. When you become a client in our clinic, you become part of our family, and we're with you for good. As I wrap it up, and as you're saying thank you, it's about time, there's a saying, right? Not on this wall, but the wall behind it, and this is what it says. It says, "This time will be different." For most people who walk through the doors of our clinic, they've tried everything. They've tried every diet known to man. I know I had. And they failed. So why would you try just one more time? Because I promise you, with this protocol and with my team, this time will be different. Why is it different? 3 reasons. We work with you body, mind, and spirit. It's different, like I said, because we have a near perfect product and protocol coupled with passionate, knowledgeable, certified, awesome, amazing trained coaches who are with you every step of the way. It's really hard to coach yourself, right? So we have people in place to help you every step of the way. Our program is different because if you allow us to, we help you with the emotional side of food, which is the really hard work. And finally, we believe that God is the giver of all good things, and we cover every one of our clients in prayer. We ask God to bless them, to strengthen them, to encourage them. And we pray that every person that walks through the doors of this clinic realize that that's not just a great saying, but there's truth to it. And we stand on it every single day. Our clinic truly is the perfect combination to help anyone get healthy in body, mind, and spirit. And I can't tell you that the journey is going to be easy, but I can tell you that it'll be worth it. And as I said on the last episode of The Biggest Loser, the journey is long, the journey is hard, but the journey is always worth it. And now, I would like to share a few of those journeys with you. We have 3. I would first like to introduce to you Jake and Sarah Swick. Together, Jake and Sarah lost a combined total of 132 pounds. They lost some of you sitting here right now. They came in, they embraced the program unlike any couple I've seen. They planned together, they cooked together, they prepped together, and they tackled their wellness plan together, and they're coming to share a little bit of their Losing It journey with you. Jake and Sarah? She's the talker.
Yeah, let me just say, I will be sharing the journey with you. He's just going to stand there and look pretty.
And you do.
So, I have always struggled with my weight. Even as a teenager, thinking that I was fat when I wasn't really fat, but I always felt like I was just not small enough. And growing up and getting all of these responsibilities, of course, that doesn't help. A few years ago, I'm actually a little bit older. I was going through menopause. I was having stress issues. We both work at a prison. So during the whole COVID pandemic, pandemic, of course, that made it that much more stressful. Not only were we dealing with a lot of illness with the individuals that we have in custody, but also with half of our staff being gone most of the time. So that was a huge stressor. In the midst of all that, we were planning a wedding. So then you have that stress. Is the caterer going to be able to be there? Is the venue going to be open? What are we going to do if we can't have it there? All of these different things are going through our head, and stress is definitely the perfect storm for weight gain. I was definitely there. I gained a lot of weight and didn't know what to do about it. Spoke to my doctor about it. Basically, what he told me was, well, Sarah, you have to consume less calories than you burn. Well, that's easier said than done, especially when you're stressed out and you have a lot of things going on. Fast forward a year later and about 40 pounds heavier. That doctor retired. I go for my annual checkup and I have a new doctor. And this time, as I'm talking to her, she said, well, Sarah, I wish that I could give you this magic pill that would make you lose this weight. Unfortunately, I can't do that. But I will tell you that there is a new clinic that started up in Litchfield. I don't know anything about it, but I can give you the information if you'd like it. And I said, absolutely. I'm ready to do anything at this point. We have dieted. My husband and I work out a lot, 4 to 5 times a week, and it's not just a leisurely stroll in the park. We would really, really work out hard, and it just wasn't working. So she gave me Sonya's information, and I contacted Sonya, and she actually ended up meeting us that following week. And after I came home from the doctor's office, actually, I was talking to my husband about it, and he said, well, you know, I got some weight to lose too. I wouldn't mind, you know, let's talk to her. So with his support and Sonya's support, we started this. I lost 74 pounds. My husband lost 58 pounds. And I will tell you that this is a lifestyle change. This is something that we have learned. We've been in the maintenance phase 3, since November of last year. We've been able to keep the weight off. And even if we have that week where we didn't have such a great week and we weren't on protocol so much, we know that we can go back and fix it. I don't have to give up anymore. You know, I used to give up because I used to say, well, I hit that plateau and apparently it's not working. So, oh well. Or, you know, well, I had a really bad week and I gained 6 pounds. Well, oh well, I guess I'm done. Now I don't have to say that anymore because now we can get back on protocol, we can get back into the swing of things, and it works. This program works. Thank you, Sonya, so much. Thank you, Jake, so much. Yeah. This program is amazing, and for anyone out there who feels like you can't do this or you don't know where to start, this is where you start.
That's good.
This is where you start. And it will be with you for the rest of your life. And I am so blessed to be a part of this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake and Sarah. That's awesome. Now we've got 2 left. I want to introduce you to Linda Earp. I first met Linda at an emotional eating group at Julie's office, and I just absolutely adored her. Linda's sweet, she's caring, she loves everyone, she wants the best for everyone, but her weight was something she just couldn't get under control. I knew Linda would be the perfect person for our clinic, and she was one of the first ones to sign up. And a year ago yesterday, we did a Facebook Live as Linda was the first person to lose 100 pounds in our clinic. She looks fabulous, and she's an absolute inspiration. Linda?
Thank you, Sonya. You stole half of what I have written down here already. But anyway, I am an emotional eater and a lifetime yo-yo dieter. You name a diet, I've been on it. This program is totally different. It's satisfying. You don't feel deprived. The food is, look at all the different products we have. There's a lot of choices. There's ways to use the products in recipes. It's not like anything I've ever done. And the year that I was losing 100 pounds, it was like a dream. I just couldn't believe that every week I was losing close to 3 pounds, just one week after another. And I'm down to a size 12 from a 24. Yeah. I don't think I ever wore a 12. Even when I was a kid, I went way past it. They've been talking about Julie being the missing link. For me, having been through the emotional eating group, this program was the missing link. Sonya talked about looking for a program, and I told her then that I wanted to be her first client. And I was.
Yes, you were.
Along with Vicki, who's, I don't know where she is, she and I weighed in on the same day, and this is a godsend. And if you are desiring to lose weight and feel happy about yourself and being surrounded by awesome people, this is the place to be.
Thank you. Last but not least, Cynthia Crow. Oh, Crow. I actually didn't even tell Cynthia that there would be cameras here because I didn't think she would show up. Cynthia came to my clinic in February of 2021. And I'm going to be completely transparent with you about our first meeting. When Cynthia pulled in, I saw her car pull in, and it took her a long time to get into the clinic. And my first thought was, what in the world is taking this woman so long? I thought children have been born in less time. It's taking her to get in here. What is she doing? Is she smoke break? What? I didn't know. Cynthia came through the door, and when she walked in, there's a picture of her up here. She had one oxygen tank here. She was dragging a big oxygen tank behind her. When she got in and she sat down in my coaching chair, her lips were a little blue and she was struggling to breathe. She's the only client that I was actually a little afraid of to coach because I knew that this was life and death. And when she sat down with her little blue lips, I prayed. I said, God, please don't let her die here because that'll be really bad for business. Really bad. What's happening? Losing it. Yeah, they're losing them. Left and right. I am happy to tell you that my friend Cynthia has lost at a whopping 4'10". She has lost 163 pounds. She has been cleared for a much needed surgery. And the weight loss is awesome. However, here's the coolest thing about Crow. Man, when she walks in, she owns the place. Not oxygen tank one. She doesn't carry an oxygen tank. She just comes in happy, healthy, loves her life, and comes in and steals the show. I give you Cynthia Crow. I'm gonna lower this. I love people who make me look tall.
Well, after all of that, I'm not sure why I have to speak. And I did have a speech, but her dog ate it.
Listen, they're perfect. Which one? Yeah.
As she said, I weighed a lot. And by a lot, 318 pounds. And like she also said, 4'10". That's a lot of weight to be carrying on 410 frame. Was diagnosed with CHF. I had A1C numbers that were pre-diabetic and carrying tanks around because of COPD. I also had high cholesterol, which I didn't tell you that.
Those darn forms.
And I didn't know what else to do. I had lost weight, gained it back. And my doctors told me, lose the weight or die. I mean, they literally told me that I was going to die. And to be honest, at one point in my life, my pulmonologist, he thought I had about 2 weeks to live. He didn't think I was ever going to walk into his doors again. Lose the weight, gain the weight, lose the weight, gain the weight. So my GP handed me a flyer. And he goes, I don't know anything about this woman. I'm not pushing it on you, but here it is. So on that fateful day of February 17th, 2021, I walked into Sonya's doors. And as she said, it took me a little while to get up in there, probably half the session.
Yeah. She ain't lying.
But she said to me, this is the product. This is IP. If you follow protocol, if you do the work, you will lose the weight. And as you can see on that picture, and all the other pictures around here, by the way, we do lose the weight. But like everyone has said, there's a little missing piece. And I had this little thing in the back of my head going, yeah, you've lost weight before, now what? And then I meet Julie. I go to her group sessions, which I've been to group sessions before. And it's usually the therapist up there, whack, 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 whack.
Samesies. Just kidding.
But Julie encourages us to help each other. If somebody has a problem and you've been through it, open your mouth and talk. Which she doesn't have to tell me to open my mouth. I usually am like, Julie, Julie. But she did. They both have taught us to listen to our whys, to understand our triggers, and they've given us the tools to work through that. And as she said, we're pretty much married.
Yeah.
But I have lost, like she said, 163 pounds. I am no longer pre-diabetic. I no longer pull oxygen around with me or keep the tanks in my car and calculate, okay, I'm going to be gone 2 hours, so I need 3 tanks. None of that happens anymore. Now, I'm much more confident. I feel better. My knees feel better, although my doctor says they're gnarly and I still have to get them removed. But,
Not
or
removed.
replaced. Replaced. The
We ain't in that business.
the gnarly has to be removed. So I don't want to thank them for my weight loss. I want to thank them for teaching me how to lose weight and to always be there and always smiling and just such a support system. And I know that anybody else who walks through these doors, they're going to get the same treatment. Everybody's the same, although I am Julie's rock star. And I honestly love them, and I love the other women that are in group with me. And thank you for listening.
I love you. Last two things, and then you get to have some more food. Ribbon cutting. I'm going to ask Terry and Mike to come up, and they're going to facilitate the ribbon cutting for us. I'm going to ask the leadership team and the mayor to come up. Terry, where's Terry? Where's Terry? There she is. All right, and Mike, come on up. And do you want to say anything? Come on. Of course you do. Of course you do. Mike Murphy.
Well, thank you, Sonya. Well, first thing I want to say is I, like many others in here, first got to know Sonya from afar, watching her on TV and cheering her on each week. And I was beyond blessed the last few years to our paths crossed on different things, and we worked together on some stuff, and I got to know her. And when people ask me what it takes to be successful in business, I say there's one thing you have to have. I don't care, financing and all that other stuff's fine, but if you don't have passion, you won't be successful. Well, it didn't take me long to figure out that this young lady has a lot of passion about a lot of things. And so I know you're going to be very successful. I couldn't be more proud to be part of the Chamber of Commerce, to be out here to do a ribbon cutting for you. And I wish you nothing but the best. And I appreciate everything you do. I really, truly do. Thank you.
Appreciate
So
it.
with that,
Guys, come up. Yep, come on. Leadership team, come up. We're going to push this back. Stay seated. We're going to do the ribbon cutting, and then we'll be right back with you. All right. Okay. Mayor, come on up. Yes, come on. You're in the picture for the ribbon cutting.
Ribbon cutting. Get in here with me. I'm just gonna hide behind you.
Behind, you gotta be close.
Come on, Vic.
Vic. Where's the ribbon?
It's coming. It's coming. Wherever you want.
Me with the A team.
You come up here.
Terry has it.
No, Vic.
All right, how are you?
by the way, these are very, very sharp.
Okay, got it.
They look like
You're
they're
in there.
playing.
Good to know.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
Do you want our name tags off? Do you want our name tags off?
Yeah.
Everybody take your name tags
Name
off.
tags off. Enough, yeah. Do these come in
get
an
out of your
extra
way.
large?
All right, if you could just open the scissors and put this in. She's scaring me.
Okay.
She's got specific instructions.
Yes.
I can say them in my sleep.
I can too.
Okay, I'm going to take 3 pictures. The first 2
Do not cut it.
The third,
I know.
third picture on the count of 3 cut.
On the count of 3.
All right. Ready? First picture, don't cut. Second picture, don't cut.
She's bossy.
Third picture on the count of 3, cut.